Ho, 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 and hello, oh, whoa. Is that corny? Well, 'tis the season. Grab a nice cup of cocoa. It's a little hot. This is like from 1997, by the way. Does anybody want to get a good close look on that? Yeah, mint, nutcracker. How could you not have that? Let me set that up. We got our jingling little bells. Let me get them right up there for you. Yes, Santa's coming. And be sure you pull out your Mad Magazine. Hello, 2022, celebrating 40 years. Oh no, scratch that. 70 years of Mad. Anybody ever used to watch Mad TV back in the day? Back in the 2000s, I did. We got everything. The thing I like about this Mad magazine is their rendition of A Christmas Story. Yeah, we got a little bit of green screen effect here as my blinking lights in my cozy little Christmas home. Yeah, they do a little rendition of their Christmas Story, but it's very Mad, in the style of Mad, of course. I recommend picking up your Mad magazine. Oh my gosh, they even have National Lampoon's. It's Spaghetti and Meatball Holiday Party. Wow, it's all the characters from all the classic 60s, 70s, 80s Christmas shit. Oh, and 2000s and 90s. Cool. Wow. Recommend it. Pick it up, Mad Magazine. But that's not why we're here today. We're here because let me turn off my blinking lights. I got these going on in the background. You see, we got this little whoa. We're gonna have a seizure. It's like, cozy themes are really becoming a thing in video games, lo-fi cozy music, cafe theme. There's actually this video game called Coffee Talk where you're in like the futuristic Seattle and you are a barista listening to people's everyday problems, called Coffee Talk. And it's part of the cozy themes for these video games on the PlayStation Store. I play video games, but not often. And I was a little hesitant, and I think I might make the plunge and download it. Because who wouldn't want to be a barista? Lo-fi cozy music. I just love cozy Christmas cottages in general. And I follow vintage Christmas decorations, photos, etc. on Facebook groups and Instagram pages. I love it. And vintage Halloween as well. I love those vintage Halloween stuff. I have some of myself. And a lot of vintage Christmas decorations from my grandmother, who was from New Zealand. She has a lot of stuff from the 60s and 70s, so I'm glad to have that in my possession. But today, as the title says, World Book. If you do not know what World Book is, I think they produce dictionaries and thesauruses. But I could be wrong. By the way, do you guys like this? Let me zoom down on here. My ugly Christmas sweater. Actually, I got this sweater exactly 10 years ago in 2012 or 2012, if you want to be proper, from a website called skadoosh.com, which are defunct now because I checked and they're no longer around. This sweater is hard to find, by the way, so I'm glad I have it in mint. I only wear it once a year, and it's not that ugly. Growing up in the 90s, I'm a 89 baby, so I guess technically I'm an 80s baby. But growing up in the 90s, my mother had these books, and I have about 40 of them. I have the complete collection of these Christmas Around the World's books, and that's what we're talking about, Christmas Around the World, released by World Books from the 1970s all the way to 2022. Their latest release was Christmas in Japan, and I love Japan. I love it. So out of the 40-something books that I have, I picked out at least, let me count real quick. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I picked out 9 or 10 that really stood out from different countries where you might be curious how they celebrate Christmas around the world. Now, this is the very first book. My uncle gave this to me last year. Anyway, Christmas Around the World. So this one's in France. Whoa, look at that. This yeah. So these books not only tell you how they celebrate Christmas, it tells you the traditions of each country dating back to God knows when. But they also have, like this one, the table of contents. Noel comes from France. Noel. Huh, oui, oui. Réveillon, the holiday feast. Noel's from the past. Christmas Eve in Paris. Noel in the provinces. That's like little villages and whatnot in different areas of France. The Santons of Provence. Christmas the French way. Homespun treasures. Sing Noel. So yeah, these books come with history and traditions and how they celebrate it in their own given country. Recipes that come with the book. They come with 8 different postcards that have pictures of the dish that's common to eat on Christmas in that country. And on the back, there's recipes on what you need, ingredients, and how to make it. So let's take a look. Let's dive in. Christmas in France. Well, that's cool. She's can't really see glare of my candles there. So, that has a little introduction. Wow, we cannot see it because of the green screen. It's a lot of green. So Noel comes from France. I'll read the first paragraph. So Noel, that is the lovely French word for Christmas. It means birthday of Christ, and the people of France celebrate it with deep religious devotion. Noel is observed throughout the land with beautiful midnight masses, charming manger scenes, and countless reenactments of the Nativity, which is, the manger and Jesus Christ, Mary and Joseph. Signs that Noel is approaching begin to appear in France right after December 6th, the feast day of the Saint Nicholas, and continuing through January 6th, the Epiphany. That was a period. I was going to keep going. The entire winter holiday season is joyous one of merrymaking, gatherings with family and friends, Christmas decorations, and delicious holiday foods. There's that. Wow, look at that. Snow aglow. I can't even speak. I'm so dumbfounded by this picture. Yeah. Oh, Christmas markets. They have their own Christmas markets in France. Europe is a great place to go for Christmas because they have the little markets in Germany, and it just looks very festive and old. Ooh, you gonna get some? She's like, ooh, is it mine? I don't know. This guy's like, I know you want my baked goods. Oh, oui, ma chérie. Je suis enchanté. They have their own way of decorating, as you can see up here, and all that. I mean, this is dated, if you couldn't tell. So yeah, keep that in mind. Oysters on the half shell. Assorted canapés, eggs mimosa, mushroom eggs, assorted pâtés. I've had pâtés and meats and cheeses for breakfast in Germany once. I guess it's a common thing. They don't eat big. It's usually lunchtime or dinner. Rillettes, twice stuffed turkey. Twice stuffed? Oh my God. Sweet peas à la France. In Ness and Duchess potatoes. Remoulade salad. Assorted cheeses. Winter fruits. Buchat de Noël. Coffee, conchu, cognac. Oh, cognac. Fancy. Of course, they're French. Oh, yeah, I forgot. They also have little arts and crafts you can do with your family. Like making your own star. A little boat? I can't really see. Oh. It's all one art piece. It's like one of those little stars you can fold, and then it opens up, like with confetti paper type stuff. Make your own Santa mask. There you go. What else do we have over here? A strawberry. Paints clay? Something like that. That's cool. And the song is, of course, Noel. Christ is born, play the music, sing. And then, oh, holy night, the stars are brightly shining. Okay, that was my time to shine. I'll let Mariah take it from here. Now, the books after the first one started coming out in red leather with gold lettering. And this is in mint. Yeah. I love this one. This is Christmas. Red leather and gold. That, when I saw this book, I'm like, oh shoot, it's Christmas time. And this book actually does come with Holy Land recipes. That's what I was talking about. You got, Oh, what is that? So the top one is candy cane cookies. Second one is candle braid bread. Third one is 12th night cake. Mincemeat pie is the fourth one. Fifth one is Christmas stars. The last one is holiday wreath. Wow. So yeah, it has the ingredients: thoroughly mix the batter, confection, sugar, eggs, and flavoring. Blah blah blah. Moravian Christmas cookie recipe on page 76. So that's what was great about these. I also have one that comes with all of it, the recipes, which is the Japanese one, comes with recipes and the advent calendar. So don't worry, I will send this. So how do they celebrate it in the Holy Land? To us a son is given, and the government will be upon his shoulders, and his name will be called Wonderful Counselor, Mighty God, Everlasting Father, Prince of Peace. Isaiah 9:6. I think it's good reading these like that, don't you? Pretzel nativity scene. How does that work? Wow, you got to get all these pretzels. Guys, you got to get all these pretzels. Get it ready, because it's no joke. Wow, you got to paint little, Oh, so you make little clay stuff. And then you put it together, and the pretzels are the bones of the body. You can take paper, dress them up, and in the end, let's see what they're going to look like. Well, first of all, they're going to look like this. They're going to look like that when they're all finished. So we're singing As With Gladness Men of Old. I might know that song. What else? What Child Is This? Oh, Little Town of Bethlehem. Okay, I know that song. And that's Christmas in the Holy Land. So I didn't really go deep into that one because I'm going to be honest, I don't know how they celebrate Christmas in the Holy Land, and that's a story for another day. So let's go to the next country. Spain. Spain gets ready for Christmas. So I will tell you, we do have the Philippines. And they start celebrating Christmas, I think it's September or October. And they go even after December or something. It's crazy, the setup for that. But yeah, it was really, really crazy. Throughout Spain, from the snowy Pyrenees to sunny Andalusia, a sense of excitement builds as the Christmas season approaches. In Spain, the Christmas holidays include not one, but three celebrations. Includes Christmas Eve, Christmas Day, and the Day of the Three Kings, January 6th, each with its own special customs activities. Spain is the country of the great regional differences on the northeastern border. The mighty mountains called the Pyrenees separate the Iberian Peninsula, which includes Spain and Portugal, from France. Is that like that great hike where you find yourself? You know what I'm talking about. There's like a movie called The Way with, what's that actor from Breakfast Club? Emilio Estevez and his father, Michael Douglas. Or no, Kirk Douglas. Michael Douglas. Shoot, I forgot. All I know is it's also Charlie Sheen's dad. Emilio and Charlie Sheen's dad. Emilio and his dad are in that movie together. Anyway, it's a great film. I recommend it. One of my wife's friends actually did that trail a couple years ago. And wow, the pictures, the villages, the people you come across, it's an adventure. And might try it someday. The official language of Spain is Castilian Spanish, taught in the schools and spoken by most of the people. Wow. Ooh, of course, every city has to have live music on the street. And what are they singing? Come, my dear old lady. Come on, my dear old lady. What is that? Oh my gosh, they make little wooden, what are those? Let's see. Catalan children use these miniature Yule logs, or tian, as noisemakers during their Christmas recitals. Ah, okay. See, I'm learning a little something new as I read this. I've only glanced at these books, to be honest. Wow, look at that. She's already happy. She's like, I'm going to be getting that Barbie playhouse and that car. Definitely. Spanish treats. What do we got? We got Judías verdes con salsa de tomate, green beans and tomato sauce, nut crescents. Oh, really? nut crescents. See, Spanish is so different from America. We usually have gingerbread houses, peppermint candy, peppermint bark, my favorite. If you guys are thinking of me, DM me so you can send me some Christmas stuff. Now, what songs are we singing? Are these like little crafts? It looks like you're making your own manger scene. The Spanish melodies, the Son of Mary, and Fire Started in Bethlehem. So yeah, that's another cool one. Boom, boom, the Netherlands. The Sinterklaas Parade, St. Nicholas Eve, Signs of Christmas, Christmas 1 and 2. Christmas 1 and 2? We only get one. Dutch treats, 12 Days of Christmas, Dutch accents, Dutch melodies. Okay, let's look. A Sinterklaas parade. Sinterklaas is Santa Claus, obviously. There he is on the horse. He almost looks like a priest. So St. Nicholas was a saint, obviously. But in other countries, it was, I guess he was a saint who put stuff in people's shoes who were poor or children or something. I can't quite remember the whole genealogy of Santa Claus, but I remember as a kid in first grade, we did like a Christmas play, and I played Martin Luther. Not Martin Luther King or Martin Luther King. Martin Luther, yeah, look it up, guys. He was a guy who looked outside at a Christmas tree one day and did something. I forgot what it was. It was 97, guys. Come on. Night at the Roxbury had just come out like that year later. Sinterklaas. What a mystery and magical surround the arrival of this white-bearded, robe-beckoned spirit of godness. He is the herald of the winter merriment for Netherlanders. In answer to the many Dutch hearts yearning for his appearance all year long, St. Nicholas, as Sinterklaas, I can't write. I'm reading faster than I can speak. Arrives well before his feast day, December 6th. In the Netherlands. Also aboard is the saint's swarthy companion, Zwarte Piet, Black Pete, a poor. Bye, guys. I can't speak. Let's restart. A Moor. Black Pete is a Moor. A fully costumed crew of the saint's famous white horse complete the group. They are famous white horses. I should just retire, guys. They are said to have journeyed all the way from far-off Spain to prepare for St. Nicholas Eve, called Sinterklaas Avond. It is the most begilding night of the year for the Dutch. That doesn't sound good, begilding. Most busy night, if you didn't know. Oh, and I didn't show that. This is like a realistic picture. We saw an art picture. That's the real one. All right. He greets the children. Of course, he's greeting the children, saying hi, just like a little parade. Oh, St. Nicholas Eve. Oh. Look at these German things. Yummy. Yummy, yummy, scrumdiddlyumptious. And of course, the kids are going to be looking in the toy store. Mommy, I want the pull-string doll, Miss Wetty Betty. Yeah, teach them early how to wipe themselves. And they also, on Christmas Day, 12 days of Christmas, they blow the horn. Is that too loud on here? Oops. Dutch treats, what do we got? Oh, and here's some treats right here. You know that powdered one's gonna be delicious. Apple dumplings. Oh, apple dumpling. It sounds like... Oh, you guys should try making little apple pie balls. Gooey cinnamon. I've never made it. I'm saying you should make it and send it to me. Limburg pie, Christmas bread, apple raisin donuts. Oh, okay. Let's get real. Almond-filled pastries. I mean, who hasn't had an almond-filled pastry? Dutch accents. I'm guessing this means like Dutch decorations that you're making from scratch. Wow, is that a bagel? It's some kind of thing you're baking and then you hang it. This is like stuff you would do at arts and crafts around Christmas time when you're like in elementary, preschool. back in like the 70s, 80s, and 90s. I'm just being honest. I've done a couple of those. We got Switzerland next. Switzerland. I don't think I need to go deep into Switzerland because we already know they have that Christmas market along with Germany. But to get to the table of the many facets of Christmas, Christmas at home, country Christmas, city Christmas, celebrating the new year, and things. Okay, we're going to go to page 30, country Christmas and Christmas in the city. Oh, wow. Page 30. So, Christmas in the city. Writers often describe Switzerland as a country of small communities. Traditionally, the Swiss have cherished that characterization. In fact, it has been said that the village symbolizes the Swiss identity as a union of independent communities voluntarily joined together for mutual benefit. Although today the number of families who farm for a living has declined, the Swiss village still thrives. It is these smaller communities that do much to keep traditional Christmas customs a vital part of Swiss culture. Even Switzerland's major cities are small by modern standards. The largest... Do you know what the largest city is in Switzerland? That's a test. Do 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 do. Okay, time up. Zurich. If you didn't get that right, you failed. I probably would have forgotten the answer to that too. However, small Switzerland is still a modern, cosmopolitan country, and its cities, as others the world over, put on their finest during the Christmas season. So if you want Christmas, actually, a little off topic but related, Switzerland has My Swiss Trip. Go put that in Google or any search engine, My Swiss Trip, and Switzerland's official website offers you a trip to tour the country for 2 weeks for like under $1,000 or like $1,000 or less. Maybe it's gone up. Maybe that was just a last year thing, or yeah, it was earlier this year that I saw that. Tour the whole country for a reasonable price. Hotel, breakfast, transportation, all paid for. You just pay for your dinner and anything else you want to buy there for 2 weeks. And that's a good deal. I can't remember the price tag, but I think it was under $1,000 for one person. And I'm so tempted to do it. And I think they only have it at one time a year. It's like in the springtime. But if you guys get on that, that'd be amazing. Look up Switzerland if you don't know anything about it. My God, it's like most European thing ever. Abe Lincoln really lent his hat. Look at this. They're wearing these tall hats on their head. I can't zoom in anymore because my mic's in the way. Okay, Switzerland getting a little weird. I don't know if they do that anymore. Do they still do that? Celebrating the New Year. Oh, I knew that was going to happen. Green. Oh, okay. The Swiss New Year celebration would not be complete without the tasty Bärwege or pear roll. A roll with pear? Oh, this is why I like European baked goods. Look at that house. That house is really... Their bill's going to be high. Wow, this guy dresses up. This is... What is that? Dressed in the traditional garb of the Klaus, participants greet family and friends after a performance of bell ringing and singing, shown above, right there. And that's them dressed up in the costumes. Okay. It's like one of those people that dress up as a plant and they go, they scare you outside. Nightmare Before Christmas, bro. Don't prank me. The Schuhwüste, or less ugly claws, cover themselves with a variety of natural materials arranged from a decorative effect. Wow, so it's all natural. He's a tree person. What are some of the songs here? Gadle of Fidevel, O come all ye faithful. And if I said that wrong, if anybody's Swiss watching this, I kind of butchered that one. You know, you gotta go with the flow, kid. Alright, what do we got here? The star of Bethlehem shines on bright. Johnny Carson. Shish boom ba. Hey, if you want a vintage Christmas, watch all the TV specials from the 60s and 70s. You won't be let down. Or those TV shows from the 80s and 90s. Oh, they always had such great Christmas specials like Full House, Step by Step, um, Family Matters. Those were the ones I remember watching growing up in the 90s. Is the TGIF and ABC. They was that the same channel? ABC, TGI? I can't really remember. All I know is I loved watching those TV shows, and the Christmas specials and Halloween specials were kicking. Christmas in Russia. I don't have any. Oh, my grandmother had one of these little Russian dolls. I love it. You just keep opening it. It gets smaller and smaller and smaller. It's like a teeny tiny little pecker. Santa, I swear, don't give me coal. Christmas in Old Russia. The Mummers' Holiday from War and Peace. Wow, that's ironic. Christmas in the Soviet period, The Legend of the Snow Maiden, Christmas in the Russian Renaissance. So let's learn about old Christmas Russian. So, in a passage from his classic novel War and Peace, Leo Tolstoy paints a vivid picture of Christmas. His characters, like their real-life counterparts of the 1800s, eagerly looked forward to Svyatki, the Christmas season, and celebrated it by going mumming. Mumming was a popular Christmas custom in Old Russia among young people from every level of society. They enjoyed the tradition of the dressing up in the colorful costumes and clowning around for the amusement of their neighbors. Okay. Should I read that? It actually looks kind of cool. That's a lot to read, though. The following scene from Leo Tolstoy's War and Peace opens in the home of the Rostovs, an aristocratic family in the 19th century Russia. When the Murmurs arrive at the Rostov house, Natasha Rostov is singing, accompanied by her brother Nicholas on the clavier board. Their cousin Sonia is listening to the duo, as are countless Rostovs and Herr Dimmler. Suddenly, Natasha's younger brother, Pietya, bursts into the music room to announce to all that a party of Murmurs has arrived. Party people to welcome in the Christmas season. Christmas in the Soviet period. So yeah, how did that happen? When the first shot of the Russian Revolution was fired in 1917, few realized that it heralded not only the death knell of Tsars, but also the suppression of Christianity and Christmas in Russia. Throughout the 70-year rule of the communism, the religious celebration of Christmas was largely replaced by the festival of winter. Many traditions associated with Christmas were transferred to the New Year holiday. The Christmas tree became New Year's Eve. The Christmas dinner became New Year's dinner. The Russian equivalent of Santa Claus, Grandfather Frost, arrived on New Year's Day, and New Year's Day became a legal holiday while Christmas was officially ignored. Oh. But, yeah, wow. That went on for a long time. I couldn't imagine. It's like North Korea never knowing what Christmas is. Russian one? Oh. I'm trying to find something unique here. Oh, and here's a typical dinner. He's like, I'm ready to stuff my face. As far as traditions go, I mean, each country is unique and different, or else they wouldn't have made this book. You want to make a little Santa Claus? There you go. Just get a little... Oh my god, that's creepy. What songs do we have? Let Us Praise Thee. Kaliabad, Malayabad. Christmas, Missmas. Christmas, Missmas. Christmas in Brazil. We have nothing. I have to get this. Christmas in Brazil. So what's the table? A festive time of year. For most of us... Oh, wow. Look at that. Wow, that's nice. For most of us, the word Christmas conjures up images of snowy landscapes, frosted mornings, sleigh bells, and snowmen. But mention Christmas to Brazilians, and a different picture emerges. The Brazilian might make talk about attending an outdoor midnight mass, or celebrating Christmas Day with a barbecue or a pig roast. That reminds me of Christmas in Indonesia, because my wife is Indonesian, and I lived there 5 years. So Christmas, we had Indonesian food, like a lot of pork. Oh my God, it was delicious. The children may talk about plans for spending their summer vacation from school swimming and sunbathing. In Brazil, Christmas Eve arrives at the beginning of the summer. There's no snow, no freezing temperatures, and no need to bundle up the little ones in warm clothes. From December through March, Brazilian summertime temperatures range from 70 Fahrenheit to more than 100 Fahrenheit. That's 21 Celsius to 38 Celsius if you're a Celsius person. I'm Fahrenheit, thank you. The celebrations begin. So Christmas in Brazil is a festive season arriving on the festive time of year, summer. That's crazy. Can we say that again? Summer? Okay. Like people in Europe and North America, Brazilians start preparing for Christmas well in advance of the holiday. The first signs of Christmas appear early in December when the streets and office buildings of the large Brazilian cities are dressed up with Christmas lights and decorations. Mind you again about summer. Summer's different there than it is here. It starts at a different time. Still, it's weird, right? We're used to Christmas, cold, snow. These display a range of simple Christmas tree painted on a window or elaborate creations that rival posts painted on a window. I'm reading the same line again. So this is what it would look like. They're at a water park. They're gathering for a feast, like they said, food gatherings. I mean, for me, this isn't weird anymore because living in Indonesia, like I said, I've seen shit like this. Oh, look at this shopping mall. I mean, that's a big ass tree. It's like you're in New York or something, but you're not. You're in Brazil. Wow, look at that. Santa is fly. He is silked up. Is that silk or polyester? I don't know, but it's shiny. That girl's like, I know, you all swagger. I'm going to be getting something nice for Christmas. And this is a typical gathering for people that gather for Christmas. You know what I would like? A work Christmas party. My dad worked for the city at printing and distribution, so he'd look over the blueprints and take pictures of blueprints to put digitally that were outlines of city blueprints, obviously. And every Christmas or around that time, they'd have a Christmas gathering potluck. And man, I just loved going there because it was just fun to mess around at my dad's work and see what he does, but also have the food because it's something about food just brings you together. And living in Asia, it's food and family is a big thing. And you'd say, oh, that's here. I'm talking about every time, not once a year, a lot in the year. They even have, there's a cult where they raise the dead. I'm just kidding. Worshippers of the goddess La Manja place lighted candles in the sand of the beach in Sao Paulo. I'm bad, guys. If anyone from Brazil is looking at this, please tell me if you guys still do this stuff or maybe this is outdated. I would assume, whoa, that's nightmare fuel. Wow, it's like Pennywise for Christmas. You guys ready for that? I'm going to give you a bad Christmas vibes. End of the year celebrations. So what do we do at the end of the year? Looks like they dress up in classic. I don't know if they dress up like that. That's like, look at the clowns. You don't see people dress up like clowns like that anymore. That's so European. But this isn't Europe. And what do we got? We got typical ornament making. You can make some arts and crafts, of course. That boy is very green for my background. What songs are we singing here? Oh, yeah. What are some foods? Smoked and fresh meat with accompaniments. Beans. Oh, that's part of the thing. Okay, well, where's the other ingredients? Rice with tomatoes and onions, toasted moniac meal, shredded kale greens, pepper and lemon sauce, neck stuffing for roast turkey. That's where I stopped. Neck stuffing. Oh. Songs. Lullaby for Baby Jesus. Away in a Manger. Silent Night. Typical stuff. Christmas in the Philippines. A lot of my books are 100% mint still. All right. What do they do there? So, yeah, Philippines is different. They really take it a fitting season. The season begins. The long night before Christmas. Light the lantern. The 12 days of Christmas. Make a star lantern. Oh, that's the art and craft section. So what do we got? The season begins. Let's go to page 17. We need to find out when the season begins because I want to make sure I got that right. Because I just remember it stuck in my head. So they start making. Now, this is Philippines is next door to Indonesia. So This looks about accurate, but I've never seen them make trees like this, because they don't have pine trees in Indonesia. In Philippines. Sorry, not that I'm aware of. So, December 16th is the true beginning of Christmas season in the Philippines. Of course, holiday wares have been placed for sale and brightly colored decorations have been visible in shops throughout the Philippines, towns, and cities long before this date. As the melodious strains of Christmas carols can be heard before November comes to a close, it is, however, December 16th that actually marks the official commencement of the Christmas holiday. People gather up for church, of course. They take it serious. Yep. Get that midnight mass. I used to go to midnight mass with my mother, by the way, when we were Catholics, man, we were Christians. I like the fact that I could stay out late. I just didn't like sitting there because then I'd fall asleep before it's even over. But then we'd go home and, Christmas Story would be running 24 hours on television, on TBS. So we'd be watching that. So that was always fun. Typical dishes. You got some duck or pork or something. And they're setting it up over there. Nothing new to me. This looks like a familiar setup. Oh, they have a big light hooked up to a car that spins. That's crazy. I feel like we're going to, what is that, Burning Man? We're getting ready to go to a Burning Man concert. They have a big parade, of course. What else do we got? Yeah, that's how they pretty much celebrate it, and it goes on for months. You can make a star with Spanish influence. I mean, you can't deny that does look a little bit Spanish. So what do we got for the holiday sweet? Yukoi, shrimp snacks. Lumpia. I am familiar with lumpia. We also use that term in Indonesia. Chicken rice soup. Pan-fried roast pork. Kare-kare. Oxtail stew and peanut butter sauce. That sounds interesting. I've had grilled chicken with peanut butter sauce, what they call sate ayam in Indonesia, so that's pretty tasty, actually. If you haven't had if you had a peanut butter pickle bacon burger, you know what I'm talking about. That sauce is, woo! Make me bark. We have relenong manok, baked stuffed chicken, banana fritters. I've had banana fritters in Indonesia, the deep fried bananas. Salabat, ginger tea, and churros. Rejoice with music. So what do we got? Philippine Carol. Oh, that's nice. How does it go? Oh, Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas season. Ring it out on loud. I can't read this. This is... the words are not together. You can't... I tried. To date. Christmas in Japan. Now, this one came with recipes. They, for typical meal, they have the sake sushi. Ooh, nigiri sushi with salmon, fried chicken. KFC's a big deal in Japan. If you didn't know that, I think it started surfacing in the 1980s. They opened up there. They really liked how the fried chicken was made, as that they opened up a franchise there, and people just started ordering this stuff. And it's so popular to this day still that you have to pre-order your chicken bucket family meal a month or two in advance, or it'll be sold out. You will not get one. I need to show you KFC Christmas Japan. They go all out for this whole thing. It's crazy. Here we go. So yeah, it ain't no joke. We got Colonel Sanders here welcoming people with these little are those pamphlets, flyers? Yeah, they got a pristine statue. You got a cool ass Colonel Sanders Santa Claus. You got your chocolate cake, your chicken, your salad, a little ornament to hang on the tree. They're not kidding. This bucket looks awesome. Don't tell me that don't look awesome. They take it pretty seriously. Did I say that enough? Because if I didn't, you really have no idea. I'm actually tutoring two Japanese couples, and they could agree to this, that it is prominent, but they've never had it. So Yeah, that's a lot of chicken. Could you imagine how much this cost? What's the price? Where's the prices at? Dang, we don't get a price point. So 39, so let me see. 3,900. That's like a $30 meal right there. That's not bad. And they had a lot. So they even might, it was like 28. It was like $28. But still, that was that. But okay, now back to this. Potato salad, third picture. Yuzu cheesecake. Ooh, yuzu is very famous. Mochi. How could you not have a Christmas without mochi red bean? Toshikoshi soba, New Year's Eve noodles. Yakisoba. So, a unique celebration, Land of the Rising Sun, Christmas with a twist, New Year's, new beginning. So, we're going to go to page 6 and page 16. A unique celebration. As the end of the year approaches, people around the world celebrate Christmas in different ways. In Japan, the celebrations are truly unique. Although Christmas is not a native to Japan, the people there have adapted Western traditions, such as Halloween. That's banging too, with all their costumes, designs, decorations, and treats. Imagine Christmas, it's amplified. Santa Claus, cheerful decorations, and a plethora of dazzling lights to display. Only about 1% of the population of Japan practices Christianity. Thus, the Christmas holiday is more of a secular event than a religious celebration. In fact, Christmas Eve is thought of more as a couple's holiday in Japan, similar to Valentine's Day. New Year's, on the other hand, is considered to be the most important holiday in Japan. It is a time for families to come together, to show appreciation for one another, to dine, to play games, and to make wishes for the new year. Kind of like Lunar New Year, where they give mooncakes and all that for the harvest and whatnot around fall. Whether it is Christmas Day or New Year's Day, the end of the year is a festive time for all celebrations to take place in Japan. In Tokyo, Christmas illuminations are enjoyed at the Yabisu Garden Place. That would be this pictured here. All right, and I said page 16. All right. Christmas with a twist, and there's penguins there. It might not be your typical Christmas celebration, but in Japan, the merriment of the holiday is ever present. It begins some way, or some say, when the store owners change their window decorations. Halloween decorations disappear only to be replaced with light-hearted displays that show the season for Santa is near. And of course, in Japan, it's going to be so cute, so kawaii. And there's a foreigner dressed up as Santa. Whether the children believe Santa comes in through a window or whether he is a magical key that allows him to enter the room, children look forward to Santa-san paying them a visit while they are asleep. It's a title of respect, Santa-san. Like, Papa-san. Kind of like sensei. That's a thing of respect as well. People dressing up for the season. It's like everybody dressed up as Where's Waldo in America. Remember when that happened? Remember when that was a thing? Look at that tree. And then that one right there. Woo. And you got the Tokyo. Is that the Tokyo Tower? Tokyo Sky Tree. They kind of turn it green like it's a big Skokyo. What's that? I don't know, Anthony. What is that? Let me move this so you guys can see. The restaurant goes all out for this. That is crazy. There we go. Fix my microphone. Can you hear me now, ASMR? They have a Christmas marketplace outside. That's kind of cool. I'm absolutely obsessed with Japanese culture. I'm not a weeaboo or anything like that. I just think it's just unique. I love old haiku and art and whatnot, like woodblock paintings. They have lanterns that they light. A whole row of it. Look at that. It's crazy. Like, this is no joke. That's lit up on the floor. And of course, you can't not have the cream. Wow, what are they called? It's like Chadere. It's like a Japanese bakery where they make cream cake, like a cream roll. I might be saying that wrong, but it's like a roll, looks like a log bread, and there's like cream that swirls around it. It's so good. And here you got yuzu. Very concentrated flavor. Only a drop is needed for the flavor of the drink, such as tea. So a drop of this, so concentrated that the lemon drop. Drop, top, lemon drop, lap, lap, eat, lap. It's my rap. Let me know if you need me to be signed onto something. Kyoto is one of my favorite cities in Japan. Go to Samago. So I went to Samago in 2018 with my wife and her family. Family trip to Japan. The second time I'd been there. We're gonna have a third time come late August. We're gonna be in Japan for 6-hour layover, unfortunately. But we went to Samago. It's right next to Magome. Check out Samago. Little town. Go there in February when it's winter time. Snow everywhere. We went to a ryokan, like a traditional Japanese hut house kind of thing. The guy was so nice. He could speak English. I guess a lot of government officials, famous people had been there from Japan and America. Small village. It's that typical first time you want to see Japan. You want to see the old style Japan, like old Japan. Villages with the water wheel spinning, houses with the tile on it. It's just the works. You know what? I gotta show you. It was just magical. They had like these little for Christmas. We didn't do this for Christmas, but you should go there for Christmas. They had like these pillows with rice in it that was like heated so hot that it would stay warm your feet in the little beds that were lay on the floor. Because you lay on the floor in your bed, and there's like no chairs. You sit there, and there's like 5-course meals. Oh my god! And he's like, to make the meat for the shabu, you have to say shabu shabu. And then when you say shabu shabu like 2 times, the thinly sliced meat's already cooked in the hot broth. I was like, oh, dang, I can eat it right away. Let me see, Sumago. So yes, that's Sumago, and it's just a village of wonder. It's just so nice. The villagers were nice. We drank tea. I even got this little vintage teacup from a secondhand store there. There was no foreigners there. It was just Japanese people, and the town seemed empty because it was so cold. But I'm so happy I was the only American there. It was just me, my wife, and her family, and then the locals, and it was just great. Because when I travel, here's a water wheel I was talking about in the town, and it was spinning. It wasn't spinning at that time, obviously. There was a foreigner there? No, I was the only one. But this town is it's historic, and there's also a famous poet from Magome, the next door neighboring village, that is interesting to learn about that I didn't know. I recommend going here, guys. Right. Oh, wow. Typical dishes for Japan right here. Yum. Scrum diddly umptious. You can't say bah humbug to that. You gotta say, bring the merriment to my mouth. Don't make that dirty in the comments, please. And, of course, origami. Christmas decoration origami. Why would I not expect that? So, Ode to Joy from Beethoven's Ninth Symphony is a song that's regularly played there. And that's it? Just one song? That's it. And now it's time for me to show you the Advent calendar and the ornament. If you guys don't know what an Advent calendar is, this is an Advent calendar. It has a number of days, and then you flip one over and it's like, oh, it's mistletoe. Or, holly. Oh, it's a present. And then you all the way to day 25. And this one's from Christmas in the 1800s or something like that. And then here's an example of one of the ornaments that you get. This was for my Japanese one. Some cranes. They're always in the style of whatever country you're doing. And this is like a vintage tin. Like you open this is like the lid. Here's 1, 2, 3. They stick together. And you put some candies in there. This is a vintage one. And here's from my grandmother. And oh my goodness. Anyway, she's green. Anyway, it's a candle holder. Oh, well, there's 2 angels that are with her that are candle holders. But this is a vintage one. I'm sorry. From the 60s. It's from the 50s or 60s. It could be even from the 70s. And then here's a little Kris Kringle. He's dancing away. This is vintage as well. I have this right by my bed. And then here's another ornament from Christmas in the 1800s. It's a thin little tin thing. St. Kris Kringle. Rolling down the chimney. Ho, 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 ho. But yeah, that was my World Book selection of Christmas around the world. And I hope you all enjoyed this podcast, or I should say Solocast, of the World Books Christmas Around the World series by me, A-Card. Until next time, catch us at Arguably Awesome.